Imagine a prison smaller than a coffin, so tight you can't sit up, so dark you forget the sun. Now imagine living there, not for days, but for 7 years. This is the story of Colleen Stan, a young woman whose life was stolen in 1977 by a monster named Cameron Hooker. Her name would echo through history as the girl in the box. Her heart raced with dreams of freedom, but one choice, one fleeting moment of trust, plunged her into a nightmare. This isn't just a tale of cruelty. It's a descent into psychological torment, unshakable control, and a survival so extraordinary it defies belief. What kind of mind builds a cage like that? And how does a soul escape it? Stay with me. This is only the beginning. Colleen Stan was a 20-year-old dreamer from Riverside, California. Her hazel eyes sparkled with wanderlust. She loved the open road, the rustle of trees, the promise of adventure. In her mind, the world was a canvas, and she was ready to paint it. On April 19, 1977, she set out to hitchhike from Oregon to a friend's birthday party in Eugene, 400 miles away. Back then, hitchhiking was a badge of freedom, woven into the fabric of the 70s. Colleen had done it before, her instincts sharp. She even turned down 2 rides that felt wrong. But when a blue Dodge van slowed beside her, a young couple smiled from within, their baby cooing in the back seat. The man, Cameron Hooker, had a disarming grin. His wife, Janice, seemed gentle, ordinary. Something about them felt safe. But a shadow lingered in Cameron's eyes, unnoticed. Colleen climbed in, her heart light. She didn't know she'd just stepped into a trap years in the making. From trust to terror, the van hummed along, the couple's chatter lulling Colleen into ease. Her mind drifted to the birthday party, the laughter awaiting her. They stopped for gas, offered her water, asked if she was comfortable. Everything felt normal. But outside Red Bluff, California, Cameron veered onto a dirt road, promising a scenic waterfall. Colleen's smile faltered, a prickle of unease stirred in her chest. Then, in a flash, the air turned cold. Cameron's hand gripped a knife, its blade glinting. Janice's eyes darted away, silent. "Don't scream," he hissed. Colleen's world collapsed into darkness as he forced her into a wooden box, 20 inches high, lined with carpet to muffle sound. It was heavy, suffocating, handcrafted for one purpose: captivity. Her breaths came in gasps, her mind screaming, "This can't be real!" This wasn't a random act. Cameron had been hunting, and Colleen was his prey. A living coffin. Beneath the hooker's bed, Colleen's world shrank to a box no bigger than a grave. No light, no air, just heat, silence, and the crushing weight of darkness. She pressed her palms against the wood, willing it to give, her heart pounding with a desperate prayer. "Someone find me." For 23 hours a day, she lay trapped, her body aching, her mind unraveling. The 1 hour she was allowed out brought no relief, only torture, chores, or Cameron's twisted demands. She ate scraps like an animal, drank from a bowl, her dignity stripped away. Cameron's obsession with control ran deep. He beat her, choked her, called her slave. Each blow chipped away at who she was, but somewhere, a flicker of Colleen fought to stay alive. When guests visited, they sat on the bed, laughing, oblivious to the woman suffocating below. The horror hid in plain sight. Cameron didn't just cage Colleen's body, he rewrote her reality. He spun a lie called The Company, a secret network watching her every move. "They'll kill you, your family, everyone you love," he warned, his voice chillingly calm. He showed her fake letters, made staged phone calls. Over time, her fear solidified into belief. He forced her to sign a slave contract, declaring her his property. A metal collar locked around her neck, not a symbol, but a shackle. Each click of the lock echoed in her mind, drowning out memories of freedom. Colleen stopped fighting. Not out of choice, but because fear became her world. Cameron even took her to stores, to his family's home, daring her to run. Her eyes darted to strangers, pleading silently, but her voice stayed locked. Freedom meant death. She wasn't Colleen anymore. She was Kay. She was nothing. Or so he made her believe. A silent witness. Janice Hooker wasn't just a bystander, she was complicit. Her hands helped build the box. Her silence sealed Colleen's fate. Years before, she'd struck a deal with her husband. Let him enslave another woman, and he'd stop hurting her. It was a bargain born of fear, but it cost Colleen her life. Janice watched as Colleen starved, suffered, faded. Her eyes avoided the box, but the truth gnawed at her soul. Over time, she turned to the Bible, its pages heavy with guilt. Could redemption exist for someone who'd helped a monster? In August 1984, the weight became unbearable. Janice walked into a pastor's office and poured out 7 years of secrets. The kidnapping, the torture, the lies. Her voice trembled, torn between shame and salvation. The woman who'd once betrayed Colleen would now be her unlikely savior. Walking out of hell, freedom came not with sirens or heroics, but with a whisper. Janice sat Colleen down and shattered the illusion. The company isn't real. It was all a lie. Colleen's mind reeled, a spark of hope battling years of fear. For the first time, she saw the cage for what it was: wood and lies, not destiny. With trembling hands, she called her father. "Dad, it's me," she whispered, her voice a ghost after 7 years. Janice handed her bus fare, their eyes meeting in a fleeting, unspoken apology. On a quiet summer day in 1984, Colleen walked out, the sun warm on her face. Each step felt like a dream, fragile but real. Cameron let her go, smug in his belief she'd never betray him. He thought he'd broken her forever. He was wrong. Freedom didn't erase the scars. Colleen's mind was a battlefield. Sleepless nights, flashes of the box, a world that felt alien. Who am I now? She wondered, piecing herself together. But justice loomed. Cameron was arrested, his crimes laid bare. Janice, granted immunity, testified with chilling detail. The box, the collar, the years of torment. The courtroom sat in stunned silence, grappling with evil so calculated. In 1985, Cameron Hooker was sentenced to 104 years, his face cold, unrepentant. The nation reeled, headlines screamed, talk shows dissected the horror. The girl in the box became a symbol of survival, exposing the invisible chains of psychological control. Colleen's voice, once silenced, now echoed, demanding the world listen. Colleen Stan didn't vanish into her pain. She rose above it. Her story reshaped how we understand trauma, showing that captivity isn't just physical, but a prison of the mind. Her courage gave a name to the unspeakable, a voice to the silenced. She spoke out, not for fame, but to light the way for others. Her case forced the world to see the wife who enabled, the monster who planned, the survivor who endured. Her survival was a rebellion against darkness. Today, Colleen lives quietly, a mother, a woman reclaimed. Her past lingers, but so does her peace. She walks through gardens, feels the breeze, and knows no box can define her. Colleen's story whispers to us all, even in the deepest shadows, the human spirit can find a way to shine.